Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hello,
Hello.
Micah.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. Is that your first name, Micah?
Mika.
Mika? Okay, how old
I
are you?
know there's 30.
Okay, what do you have for me on the topic of high value black men and white women's?
I think that Black women tend to chase the bag, and that focus allows us to put a lot of, different values to the side. So the conversation on media, right?
You say they
A
black
lot
women
of
tend to check bags?
chase the bag, chase
Okay,
money,
okay.
you know. So in doing that, I think we let go of our values. So yeah, Oprah may run this network, but she'll do what she has to do to get the money. So if it doesn't mean promoting Black couples, she's not going to do it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go about the single women. You're talking about the media.
Well,
Well,
both,
but here's the
both.
thing. Here's the thing. Let's take it with the Oprah standpoint. If you guys stop buying this stuff, see, if you ladies stop watching this stuff, they'll start producing
That's true.
it. You stop watching, they'll stop producing it. They only make it because they know you're gonna watch it. And what is that? And what does that say they think about you? That they can serve you crap and they know you're gonna eat it. So you say the women are chasing the bag, okay? Well, and the high value black men are the bag. And to get him, you need to be childless and in shape. But if you got kids or you're overweight, are you really chasing the bag?
That's a good point. I'm guilty. I'm in the danger zone, and I'm guilty of chasing the bag, chasing the career.
Okay,
So
you chasing the what? The cream?
chase the career, the
Okay.
money.
Okay,
So
chasing the money meaning chasing your money or chasing his money.
my money.
Okay, what do you do for a
So
living?
I'm a consultant for a technology company.
Okay, uh, what's your? Do you have a degree?
Yes.
And what city are you in?
Orlando?
Orlando. And have you crossed six figures?
No.
Okay, and you're 30.
Yes.
You want to? Are you? I don't know. How much are you? Where are you at? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s?
80s?
Okay. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
You don't have a bag.
Okay.
$80,000 is more than the average black person. Okay? But see, unfortunately, we got sisters who are making high five figures, and it seems like because you're making 6,000, 6 to 7 thousand dollars a month. Hey,
Right.
if you come from a family where they was making $20 an hour, you doubled up. Well, if they was making $15 an hour, but let me give you an example. Remember, Chris Rock did a show, a comedy show. He's talking about the neighborhood I live in. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Big house. Da 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 da. And I'm a famous black comedian, a movie star. Da 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 da. You know who my next door neighbor is? A dentist. You could be a regular white
Right.
man, and I'm sitting in the neighborhood I live in. I see regular ass white people who are consultants, and they got more than you because see, here's what happens. Let's play this forward. You don't get married for the rest of your life. Your husband never finds you and he stays single for the rest of your life. You go from 80 to maybe 120 through your career. He's making 130 to 170. Together, individually, you got a home, he got a home. You got utilities, he got utilities. You're spending The money you could have saved on a mortgage, this all your outgoing stuff could have been used for investments, property, everything else because you're unmarried.
Right.
This is why I asked the question: rich, wealthy, non-black men marry, divorce, and remarry even in this current environment. Marriage is up in 2019. Divorce has been cut in half. What do they know and understand about marriage that single middle class black men don't? But I got to ask what they understand about marriage that black women don't, because you and a lot of sisters like you feel like you get in the bag because you can go and eat Ruth Chris from time to time and go have a mimosa and kick it with the girls and buy red bottoms. But let's be real, sis. You can't buy the red bottoms that sometimes you still got to shop on sale.
Right.
It ain't like you can go in there and buy it 3 times over in cash after your saving, after your college debt's paid off, your retirement's paid off, your investments are paid off. Then you can go buy it 3 times over in cash. And that's how they keep us.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because I'm gonna say this, I get Adrian, I see you. In the in other communities, money circulates anywhere from 33 times before it leaves, 17 times before it leaves, 16 times. Even in Hispanic community, a dollar circulates 6 days before it leaves. You know how many times the dollar circulates in the black quote unquote community?
An hour, right?
6 hours. You get paid on Friday at 5, you're broke by midnight.
Right.
So if you were married, you would likely have a husband who would say, hey, we can do what we do, but we're going to make better economic decisions because, women tend to be more emotional and impulsive and men tend to be more calculated. You could get more being married, but we have not been taught to think of each other that way. You've been taught to think I got a bag by myself. But I'm going to say this and I'm going to get to the next person. If you're 30, how long you been in your career?
3 years.
3 years. Same company?
Yes.
Any non-black female counterparts?
Yes.
Have you seen any of these women get married or going to weddings?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's surprising. But typically, when I typically deal with women between 23 and 30, that's when women tend to be going to lots of weddings. I have a client right now. She's gone to, well, before COVID, she had gone to 4 weddings in the last 5 months. That's crazy. So the questions you're going to have to ask yourself is, if you want to get married, what are you doing to make yourself competitive for the kind of man that you want? Because you should have had him 7 years ago.
I know. I just found you, and I'm glad I did.
Well, now you know, though, right? Now you know. So now you know. So you be like, dang. Now at least you can put a number to it, and now you can actually start making some decisions. Adrian, you need to unmute yourself. Anything else before you get up out of here, sis?
No, thank you.
Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. When are we gonna grow up? When? When are both sides gonna just say enough? We've been marketed to, we've been lied to, the media's poisoned us. Enough. We're gonna stop supporting this stuff. All right, we wanna make a change? Stop watching it. The next video you see talking about black men ain't doing this, ain't doing that, turn it off. If it ain't a black man on, if you see the next time you go to a video, Madame Noir, or any of these things, and they talking about black men ain't this and that, and you don't see black men like myself on the panel talking, if you hear those black men that are like, yes, sister, I'd like to hear what you say, queen. Da, 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 da. If black men, they giving no pushback, turn that shit off. Because I guarantee you look in the audience and all you see is a bunch of women. If you don't see black men in there sitting up straight, spitting fire, that ain't a place for you. Because they can tell you something to make you feel good, but they ain't gonna get you nothing that's gonna get on that finger. Because ain't nobody on that panel married either. Black men are not your enemy. But you've been marketed to, told that black men don't this, don't that, don't this, don't that. But why is it that the black men are marrying out? Why is it that Becky is going to class to learn how to deal better with Kareem? Why is it that when you turn your back, here comes Marisol and over there tipping over? I mean, you had non-black women call into this show from the Ukraine, from here, from there. These women are watching your men. If you don't get your stuff together and go get your men, ladies, they are not going to stay by themselves, nor should they. I refuse to tell black men who will work to make themselves something that they should just have to sit there and accept whatever. They should not be accepting your kids, you're overweight, or if you have an attitude. If any of that's you, you automatically pushed yourself out of contention for the kind of men you say you want. But then you need to stop talking about the dusties and the crusties and this and that, because hey, that's all you can get. Like attracts like. Are you competitive for the men you say you want? Because they are out here. Like I said, my group, I got a group full of men, group full of women. That woman that called in, she's fine. Oh, she's dark skinned too, in Seattle. And like I said, she'll be married. She'll be married. Within a year or so, oh, she'll be married. Oh, she will be married. Well, how do I know? Put CIA black men, FBI black women in a room together, let nature take its course. It takes somebody making a decision. And I'll say it this way. I'm an image consultant, a lifestyle coach. All your love gurus selling you this book, saying that book, Steve Harvey and this and that. Where are their stuff? They don't talk to brothers. I talk to men. I know what they want. I'm telling you what they want. Are you going to give them what they want? Or are you going to be like the 33-year-old woman and going to try to get us to accept what you want us to take? Brothers ain't going to have it. They're not going to take it. And if you don't give them what they want, they will find another store. Generation X was the last group of men to be raised traditional. Millennial men, 50-50. Some are traditional, some aren't. Zennials, they're not pulling this stuff. You're going to have to come correct. I was on a panel the other day, listened to a show, 19-year-old brother saying, I'm going to be staying in this country, get my education, but then I'm going to go back to Africa and find my wife and stay there. What does that say, Ados black woman? When you got people coming to this country to benefit from the civil rights struggle, affirmative action, all these things to get our resources and education, and then taking themselves and going elsewhere. What does it say when you see frustrated black men in Brazil? When you see Diary of a Tired Black Man? Have you ever actually just tried to sit down and listen to what black men were saying without calling them crybabies and simps and wimps and lames and who hurt you? Have you ever tried to do the one thing that escapes so many of us? Have you ever tried to empathize to see what's he saying? Or do you want to automatically, your mama black? Or do you want to be like this person who kept calling me yesterday? Would not let it go. I want to hear the message. Here it is. Wouldn't let it go. Just nuttier than squirrel shit. You're not going to end up making black men feel bad. You need to delete all your stupid videos. You talk down on women because all the women you've been with didn't treat you right. All women are not the same. So you just going based off things you've seen or heard. That actually made sense to this person. You are very disrespectful and rude. Next time you go on live, I would like to talk on your show. You just going off the things you've seen or heard. You're just going off the things you've seen or heard. You're just going off the things you've seen or heard. We ain't all the same. See, when you got to make an argument like that, you've already lost. When you got to make that argument, you've already lost. And that woman called me like 18 times during yesterday's show. Well, I'm going to show you. Yep. That's what tried to call me and check me. Yep, that. That's your minute of fame, man. Enjoy it. That's what tried to check me. I know things aren't not ever going to be perfect, but they're not supposed to be. Black folks were the most married out of slavery, Jim Crow. We were able to build towns, build things, do stuff. We know how to do this. But in order to get something done, we're going to have to stop fighting, stop warring, going back into this with good faith. And if you're a woman and the men around you aren't that way, don't be around those men. If you're a man and the women are not like that around you, don't be around them. But like it or not, life is about people. And this pandemic has shown one thing. Black America is so vulnerable. We are ridiculously fractured and broken. There's no way you should have so many eligible black men sitting in their house, condo, townhome, apartment, and so many eligible black women sitting in their house, condo, townhome, apartment, in the same city, separated, don't know each other. Ask the average black woman, when's the last time you had a proper date? A proper date where, hey, I would like to take you out on this date at this time. We're going to do this, this, this. I'll pick you up at this time. Last time you went on a proper date. The longer you stay unattached to someone, the rustier your interpersonal skills will get. And I will tell you, they have a direct impact to your ability to progress inside of your career, to move up in corporate America, to move up in blue collar America. Like it or not, life is about people. Life happens out there. And everyone else can seem to get it done. I refuse to believe that there is something terminally or critically wrong with black folk. It comes down to this. Black folks, black men, black women. Let me talk to you. Black women, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision to deal with your black men. Put your career, your degree, all the stuff you think should matter to the side, because it don't. You're going to need some humility, sympathy, and empathy. Yep. If you cannot muster that, cool. But unfortunately, the numbers are not on your side. If every black man married a black woman tomorrow, there'd still be 2 million more of you out there. At the end of the day, I'll end this show just like I started it. What does any of this, white women, colorism, Becky, Marisol, COVID, what does any of that have to do with a competitive woman? And just like the caller said earlier today, nothing. Has nothing to do with a competitive woman. Get competitive or be a
Gentlemen, Kevin Samuels gives this 30-year-old tech consultant a reality check that has nothing to do with whether she can make her own money. She's successful. She's working in tech. She's financially independent, and she says she wants marriage. So what's the problem? The problem is that she's trying to hold two completely different ideas at the same time without really examining the contradiction. On one hand, she's proud of being independent and earning her own money, And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But on the other hand, she's looking for marriage and trying to understand why she isn't getting the relationship outcome she wants. And this is where Kevin starts challenging the narrative. Because instead of asking, what can I change about my approach? The conversation starts moving toward, why don't black men want black women? That's a completely different question. And Kevin's response is essentially, don't turn your personal dating experience into a universal explanation for an entire group of men. This is where media narratives can become dangerous. If you're constantly consuming content telling you that the problem is always men, always colorism, always society, always somebody else's preferences, eventually you can start believing that you have no responsibility for the outcome. But dating doesn't work that way. If you want marriage, you have to understand what the men you're interested in actually want. You have to understand attraction, compatibility, femininity, communication, lifestyle, expectations, and most importantly, what you're bringing to the relationship. Having a career doesn't make you undesirable. Being independent doesn't make you undesirable. But those things also don't automatically guarantee that the man you want will choose you. Is blaming men actually helping women find husbands, or is it keeping them from examining their own